If you're looking to make a change to get improved performance, improve your sleep, and help you with your weight loss journey, try Optimum Day and Night. Make a change as soon as you can.
And these have been a real game changer in my health journey. Optimum Day helps your metabolism burn throughout the day, and Optimum Night helps you get a really good sleep throughout the night.
And here's some real life proof on screen right now. Both Robbie and Michael Owen teamed up with Oxford Natural for their wellness journey, and you can see the results for yourself.
So if you want to start your health journey today, click the link in the description below. Get 70% off your first order with the code WATTV. And first up, we are going to talk about, probably for the last time on a Tottenham update this summer, Eli Junior Kroupi, because David Ornstein confirmed yesterday that Kroupi expected to be out for 3 to 4 months with a foot injury suffered in pre-season training. Bournemouth forward flew back in from the Austria tour and underwent successful surgery yesterday. So obviously that pours cold water on any deal or any potential deal for Kroupi.
It does, but I've seen a lot of suggestions saying, is this now the perfect time to go for him?
I would actually go for him.
Does it get the price down?
Not so sure. I'm not sure if it does bring the price down, to be honest.
But maybe, could it make Bournemouth a bit more willing?
I don't think it brings the price down, but I think it sways the competition away. I think that's what it does.
Could it make Bournemouth a bit more willing to do a deal, considering he's got a 4-month injury?
I think potentially because apparently he's got a release clause in his contract for next summer, which is 100 million. So Spurs just slapped down 100 million now, or just maybe a little bit over 100 million. I mean, he's missing nearly half the season anyway. So
yeah, so I wonder if that would bring the price down a little bit. I'm not saying dramatically, but I wonder if could you get 10 million off or something?
So classic Spurs though, you chase a player all summer and then he gets a 4-month injury. Luckily it came before we signed him.
But people are saying, 4 months in the grand scheme of things for a 20-year-old, it's
not much.
Not much, is it?
No.
Is it still worth doing it?
I would still sign him, 100%.
Yeah, but I think in reality they're just not going to, are they?
No, definitely not. So that's that. We can close the chapter on that book until next summer, or maybe January. Who knows? Let's talk about Savinho, your daily Savinho. Ali Gold says that Tottenham are expecting to seal the deal for Manchester City winger Savinho in the coming weeks, but Zerbi hinted that another big signing could arrive first, which obviously we just spoke about. And Spurs Journo is saying that Tottenham are growing impatient in the pursuit of Savinho. Great frustration with Man City delaying a final agreement for nearly a month after encouragement of a green light was given to them a week ago. City initially indicated they greenlit the transfer once Savinho returned to the UK. It was only after he returned to the UK that Manchester City informed Tottenham they'd have to wait for a replacement. Decision is expected soon after Spurs and Savinho have applied pressure on City to finalise the deal. Tottenham are working on targets both alongside and instead of Savinho. Obviously, we know that he's flown out to the tour, Man City tour in Asia yesterday. Let's hope he can take. Maybe it's just a little segue to Australia. Who knows? But yeah, I think Man City giving us payback for what we did to them with Kane.
Maybe, but Ali Gold. Ali Gold. That's quite confident the way he says that. So he doesn't usually come out with confidence like that unless he knows something or he's heard something. So maybe maybe it is imminent, and maybe we are going to get our man. But I think we were all waiting for an update like Spurs' Journo's update, like Tottenham getting frustrated and Tottenham are willing to walk away and all that kind of stuff, because it's been so long and there's been so many delays and it's been such a frustrating deal that surely you would think at some point Tottenham would move on to other targets and go on, because this is just going on for such a ridiculous amount of time at this point. Yeah. So I don't think anyone's really surprised with that Spurs Journo one, but I think Ali Gold tweeted that after. But I mean, it doesn't really matter with the timing, but if Ali Gold seems confident, I'm still going to be fairly confident that it's going to happen. But
I'm also confident. It just seems like Man City are playing games, to be honest, and just making us wait a little bit and waiting to get that replacement in. But we've been talking about that for a week. Obviously, they tried to get Yan Diomande. It looks like that's not happening now. He's on his way to Real Madrid. It'd be interesting to see who else they go for. If Vinicius Junior doesn't sign this contract at Real Madrid, and they see that he's, Arsenal are actually going to get him, are Man City going to go and become a big player in that deal? Like,
You sound very hopeful there.
it doesn't seem that there's anything close between Man City and any other winger right now. That's the
There's
problem.
links with that Mbai as well. Was it Mbai Niang?
Yeah.
From PSG.
Ibrahim Mbaye. Yeah.
Sorry, yes, Ibrahim Mbai, sorry. Mbai Niang was former AC Milan striker. So there's links with him. So, yeah, we'll see, I guess. We'll see what exactly is going on.
I do think it happens. I don't know if you saw the picture of the Man City players going out on tour. Savinho has just had the grumpiest face on. The guy, just release it, man. Free Savinho, man.
Come on.
What is this?
Don't you want your players to be happy, Man City? What happened to the Man City? Well, if you want to go, we'll let you go. What happened to that Man City?
Pep Guardiola's Man City.
They'll say we don't want to keep any unhappy players.
Yeah.
That's what Man City. Surely they let him go at some point. Surely. Even if they, I feel like the City of old, City years gone by, even if they don't get a replacement, they'll just get rid of him and they'll just back themselves to fill in the gap somehow. They're not going to keep a player who really wants to leave.
Yeah.
They've so many players down the years.
But I think
if they
they've
just want
agreed something with Spurs, and I think they will let him leave. I think they're just playing games. I think it will happen. I think if Spurs did seriously threaten to walk away or acted like they are walking away, I think Man City will try and get the deal done. Maybe they should just do that.
playing a bit of poker at the moment.
Yeah, it's just a bit ridiculous. But anyway, let's move on to Omar Marmoush, another Man City player. Ali Gold said Zerbi is a big admirer of Man City's Omar Marmoush. I mean, he is on excessive wages. I mean, he's on like 295 grand a week, which is crazy. I mean, I can see us giving him like 250, but like 300 is nuts for Marmoush.
Yeah, I mean, 250 obviously would be level with Tonali, who's now our highest. Well, he could potentially be on higher. So look, maybe we could give him pushing 300. But would he want a pay rise to what he's on now? Or would he accept
He ain't
maybe
getting a
bit
pay rise
lower?
anywhere he goes. That's for sure.
Is he worth it? Is he worth being our highest earner, Omar Marmoush? It's a good question. I do really like him. I think he is a classy player, and I think he's been actually not. I don't think he's been bad for Man City. I think he's probably not been played in his best position anywhere near enough. But when he was last 2 seasons ago, I thought he was pretty good, and he scored. I remember a hat trick against Newcastle. He's scoring from outside the box, and obviously for Frankfurt, playing in the front two, he was absolutely devastating. He was absolutely brilliant. So I do really like him. And the current market for attackers just isn't. I mean, look at Chelsea signing Welbeck. That's the current market at the moment. It seems it's not inundated with loads and loads of really talented attacking players that are easily gettable. So when someone like Marmoush, if he becomes available, and you're able to get him, I mean, it's hard to argue that we shouldn't really be all over it, to be honest. So I think he probably is worth it. I really rate him. I think he's quality. I really think he's quality. The only question mark is playing him up front by himself, but maybe the way Zerbi wants to play, I think it could suit Marmoush, because the strikers a lot of the time aren't even the highest players on the pitch, and they like to drop a bit deeper. So I think that could suit Marmoush.
I've made it no secret. I like Omar Marmoush at the football club. I don't know if I can see Spurs going up to 300 grand a week for him, but maybe they will. How much is Tonali's on? What is he not on?
He's on 250. Apparently, could rise to 275.
If we get Champions League,
I think so. I think that was the report.
Yeah, it just depends. It just depends. Are we really going to go make Omar Marmoush our highest paid player at the football club? If he could look, if they're convinced that this guy can bang in 20 goals a season for us, it'll be worth it. It would be, because we're crying out for a player like that.
I think he's definitely got potential to at least be getting 20 GA, with goals and assists, 100%. In terms of 20 goals, I'm not 100% convinced on that, but 20 GA, he's a creative player as well. I wouldn't be absolutely shocked about that.
The next player we shall speak about is Ollie Watkins. Obviously, we spoke a bit about him before. he could get 20
Yeah.
goals for us. Team Talk saying that Man U and Tottenham are reportedly interested in Aston Villa striker Ollie Watkins. A £40 million package might be enough to tempt Aston Villa. Obviously, he's 30, going to be 31 in December. So fairly a player on, the other side of 30 now. And he's a proven player. That's whatever you want to say. 16 goals last season, 16 goals the year before. I think 20s the year before that, and 15 the year before that. So, I mean, what more do you need to say that this is a proven player?
100%. 40 million doesn't seem crazy in this market as well.
2 years left in his deal.
Yeah, I think I understand he's 30, nearing 31, so age isn't on his side, but I still think he's physically in a good way. I don't see a player who's massively slowing down just yet. I think he's got a lot to give. And he's a short-term option anyway. You have him for maybe 2 years, see how you go with that. And I think, especially for next season, he will get you goals. And he'll get you at least, I think, if he's our starting striker, he gets us probably 15 goals at least. And then next season, if he even is slowing down, he still can probably get you 10 goals. Like, I think he's got at least 2 or 3 years, at the very top level, playing at the top of his game. I don't think he's massively on the decline or anything like that. So I think getting him for 40 million in this market is not a bad deal if we can make that happen. If Villa are willing to do it and he's willing to come, I think we should be all over that. Like,
it would be quite something though, wouldn't it? Like Villa and Newcastle just getting stripped for parts, aren't they?
Yeah.
All of them.
Yeah.
Like, how many players have left Aston Villa now? So you've got Tielemans, you've got Luca Dean. Who else is left? Rodgers, and now Watkins. And then you go look at Newcastle. They're about to sell Guimaraes, Tonali, Trippier's gone, and Anthony Gordon as well. Nuts, isn't it?
Yeah, it's crazy. You got to feel for those fan bases right now when they've been promised big challenges or growth, and then right now this summer it seems everything's just come home to roost at the moment, and they're getting absolutely stripped. But in terms of Watkins, I mean, there's no real serious reports at the moment. It's just
no.
So we don't know if he's actually going to leave.
No, but I'm just saying if they do, if he does. Next up, Alex Crook has been speaking about Marcus Rashford, and he says, I think if he goes anywhere in London, I'm keeping my eye on Tottenham. I could see that deal happening. Roberto De Zerbi believing that he can get the best out of Marcus Rashford. So I don't know if there's any information behind that, but that's what Alex Crook is saying.
I heard him on TalkSport. It was just a prediction. Well, not even a prediction. It was just a feeling. Like, I don't think he knows anything about Rashford to Tottenham. He's also, when he talks about De Zerbi, it's not what he's heard De Zerbi say. It's just what he's feeling, what he thinks De Zerbi would think. So, not really any news in that, but we've obviously talked about Rashford. We would definitely like him at Tottenham, and I think he's a goal scorer. He definitely adds that element that we're looking for in the front line. I think he would link well with like Robbo or potentially or a Doggy on that left hand side. So yeah, if we can get Rashford, I think that would be a really good deal, and I think that would be a good signing.
One signing, Rashford or Watkins. Who are you taking?
Rashford or Watkins?
I know they're obviously different players, but if you could only sign one of them tomorrow,
Probably Rashford.
You take Rashford. No, I think I'll take Watkins.
Only because I think Rashford's a bigger upgrade on the left than than Watkins is to our strikers.
You also got to look at it in a sense that which market's more dry right now, the winger market or the striker market?
Probably the striker market.
So that's why I would go for Watkins, because you look at the striker market, and I think both markets are pretty dry.
But I'm saying, like, we have Rishi and Solanke.
Yeah.
Would it be worse if we had kept the left wingers we have now and didn't get Rashford? Or
but I'm not looking at it like that, because I'm looking at Spurs are still going to buy players. Even if let's say we went for Rashford and didn't go for Watkins, we're still going to be looking for a number 9. So if we buy Watkins and not Rashford, we're still going to be looking for another left winger. So in that sense, I think I'd go for Watkins. I really would.
I still think I'd probably go for. Yeah, I think I'd go for Rashford.
Yeah.
But yeah, look, it's not like we have a choice anyway.
It's up to us, didn't you know? Next up, Cody Gakpo. Some things coming out on Gakpo from Himothy, and Romano. Timothy says he understands that Tottenham remain keen on Gakpo. If Liverpool are successful in their pursuit of Bradley Barcola, Spurs' interest is expected to accelerate. And Fabrizio Romano, he keeps saying this, keep an eye on Tottenham and Cody Gakpo. And he said it again.
Yeah, but it's all about Liverpool. I mean, we can... He's saying keep an eye because if Liverpool and, sign enough attackers that he opens up, then yeah, Tottenham are front of the queue. But right now, it's just not going to happen until all of that happens. So I like Gakpo. I think he's a good player. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if he's the kind of... I mean, he's very different to the other wingers we've been linked with. So I find that confusing. But he's quite a selfish player. But I do like him. I do think he gets GA. I do, but the thing is, he is very wasteful. Liverpool fans seem to can't stand him for whatever reason.
Yeah.
So I think it's probably one to keep an eye on, but not for now. I don't think that this one would be imminent. That's my feeling.
Who have they got? So they just signed. They just signed a forward, didn't they? This Victor Muniz guy of Osasuna, of Real Madrid, whoever he came from. They got him. They got Rio, Isaac, Ekatike. I'm sure Chiesa will probably leave this summer. Is he going to leave this summer? I don't know. Ekatike obviously is injured. So you would think they need to sign at least 2 before they get rid of
obviously Salah went. They need surely a starting right winger.
Yeah.
And then on the left, they have Rio, but he's, 18?
Yeah, I do think they will bring in Barcola. So I think you'd think Barcola on the left, Isaac up top, and they'll need to sign another right winger.
Yeah, maybe they can let him. So maybe it is the case to sign Barcola, and maybe they were willing to let Gakpo go. I'll just be surprised.
Yeah, because Gakpo won't play on the right. He's not playing on the right.
No.
He only plays on the left or maybe even up front. So they need to sort out those 2 positions to consider letting Gakpo go. The right winger situation probably doesn't come into it.
True. But he's versatile, so it doesn't necessarily, but as a collective, it's like you've got no right wingers and then you're letting another winger go. Like, it doesn't... I think sometimes, until that's all sorted, you want to keep all the wingers that you've got there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, look, it's hard to know what... Because I even look at Gakpo and I don't think he's a very much a Iraola winger.
It's true.
At all. So... maybe he could play up front for Iraola. I think maybe more than it plays on the wing. He's definitely not a winger in an Iraola system. Jed Spence, obviously we covered it a little bit in the last segment, but Nazar Kinsella is saying that Zerbi is trying to convince Jed Spence to stay at Tottenham, but admits he is exploring his options. That's quite conflicting, isn't it, to what Zerbi was saying? So he's like, I'm not going to convince no one. If you want to stay at Tottenham, you want to stay at Tottenham.
Well, yeah, I think he misconstrued what he's saying. Because Zerbi said, I would like him to stay. And Nazar Kinsella is spinning that to Zerbi is trying to convince him to stay.
But the quote was literally, I'm not going to convince anyone to stay.
Exactly. So look, we are discussing the same quote as before, but it's been a bit of a spin by Nazar Kinsella for whatever reason. I think he's misquoted him. But yeah, when it comes to Jed, I would like him to stay. I think he does provide value for the squad. But I think at the end of the day, I think Jed's clever. He's a clever guy. And he knows right now his stock is very high. If he gets his move, he'll be starting somewhere. He has a better chance of his England squad. He'll probably get a really good wage bump as well. So I think it's maybe a case for Jed of strike while the iron's hot kind of thing, because you never know when your stock's going to be as high as it is right now for him.
Yeah, it's true. And last but not least, Souza. So we brought you on the update yesterday about Souza potentially leaving Tottenham Hotspur with Porto interested. Another publication now, GE Globo, say that Porto are in advanced negotiations with Tottenham for Brazilian left-back Souza. Porto already agreed personal terms with the player in recent days. Porto moved quickly to beat rivals Benfica, who had submitted a €20 million bid for Souza. I'm thinking, wow, where has this come from? Where has this come from?
That one performance at Anfield has really got everyone.
There was an update I think a few weeks ago saying that Brazil have like earmarked him for like the next World Cup or something, and like he's on the short list of fullbacks that they're keeping a close eye on. But I mean, look, Porto to go for him for like what, 20 million euros or over 20 million euros is nuts to me.
It's crazy. I don't know how we would get such a fee for a player who barely played for us last season, and when he did, it wasn't like, I mean, it wasn't terrible,
decent, yeah.
but he wasn't like overly impressive. He was like, okay. Obviously, he played at Anfield in that game. He had one shot, which Alisson saved. Maybe that's part of his highlights reel, that he's convincing these clubs. We know the Portuguese clubs do love young Brazilian players, so yeah, a lot of young Brazilian players go to Portugal and grow their careers there. So maybe Souza's looking at thinking that'll be a good place for me. But I'm just surprised that they'd be willing to put as much as 20 million euros down. I mean, I would have thought if Tottenham got their money back, maybe they'll take it. But maybe Tottenham are saying, look, we'll happily keep him and loan him out unless you want to put good money
It
down.
would be quite the flip, wouldn't it? Like just a quick 10 million from
6 months of barely playing.
from January to the summer. 10 million.
Why not?
It's crazy.
I mean, it's great business from Spurs.
If this is true, right, and we sell him for that money, like, you got to say, whoever it is negotiating, whoever it is making these sales, they're doing such an unbelievable job. The money that they're getting in for players that have barely even played for Tottenham is astonishing.
And we'll get a 20% probably sell-on clause on it as well. First refusal. I mean, it'll be a great business if we can get that kind of money for Souza. Because I don't know if I ever believe he's got a future here, to be honest. I know however harsh that is, I don't know if he does.
Yeah, I mean, when we signed him and he barely played, like, you'd thought that. You thought maybe he'd go out on loan and maybe there's a succession plan if a doggy doesn't make it. But a doggy's young in himself. Right, a doggy's young. Obviously, Robertson's old. So I guess there could be a pathway there if we played our cards right. But it was always a strange signing at the time, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm. I think we tried to send him out on loan immediately and we couldn't.
Yeah. There has just been another one. I just spoke about it the other day, but Malachi Hardy, Simon Jones saying that Leicester are remaining hopeful to take Malachi Hardy on loan this season. I think that'd be a brilliant
loan deal.
You know, they are in League One now, but they got Russell Martin as their manager, don't they? And he's attacking manager, so hopefully give him some really good experience in League One, and I think he'd do really well there.
Yeah, I've been really encouraged with what you've seen in pre-season. Strong defender. I think just needs that experience playing, men's football more often, and I think I think they'll do in the world of good. And there's a lot of high hopes for him. So another young centre back who a lot of people are getting excited about at Tottenham. Who needs Vuskovic?
Exactly.
There's been an update here from Simon Jones saying Tottenham are interested in both Marmoush and Savinho.
Okay. Well, Tottenham are interested in Savinho. Is that news?
Oh, shocking. he's saying both Marmoush and Savinho.
Yeah.
Lily White Leaks is claiming that there is some...
Lily White Leaks?
Lily White Leaks, one of these the ITKs.
Bullshit ITKs, that one.
There is something going on between Spurs and Nico Williams, he
do
says.
me a favour.
David Lynch says an offer in the region of 65 to 70 million could make Liverpool think seriously about selling Gakpo to Tottenham. A few little snippets. And there was another one. Corriere dello Sport says that we're on the verge of agreement with Inter for Romero.
Let's hope so. I think there was a sticking point, though, with Romero and the wages. Did you say anything about the wages? Because apparently they weren't offering enough wages to Romero, and he wasn't ready to accept that.
What was it? Inter close to finalising a deal for 40 million. The gap with the play on personal terms is just 500k, and agent fees will not be an obstacle.
Well, we'll see about that. But I mean, no one really reliable is reporting it, so I don't believe it just yet. I think they're just trying to jump the gun.
They're trying to get ahead of the competition, but it might not happen. Yeah, I think, as I've said, I still got a feeling Atletico will come in.
Yeah, well, there has been reports of Atletico coming back in, so we'll see. We'll see how it progresses. But that is your Tottenham update for today. Let me know in the comment section below your thoughts regarding all the new stories that we have brought you today.